Have you ever felt like unleashing kinetic bombardment upon your enemies? Well, you are in luck, cause this build is all about that. Today I will be taking a look at my Orbital Devastator build guide that uses pointy titanium rods to bring down havoc upon your foes. If unleashing Armageddon sounds like something you might enjoy, this build guide is for you. I'll be going over mechanics, skills, passives, weapons, armor, idols, blessings and the loot filter. You can also utilize the comment section to bolster my algorithm. A like will boost traffic immensely and a sub will prevent you from missing out further content drops. You can also find me on Twitch, so make sure to follow. The main skill enabling this playstyle is Forgestrike, combined with Smite as our mobility skill and Volatile Reversal, as well as Rife as our mana recovery tools. We are utilizing Ring of Shields to boost our survivability, because what is a weapon without its defenses? Forgestrike with the Beneath Solarum node has a very high mana cost tied to it, which limits the number of possible spears we can drop, but we can circumvent this with Volatile Reversal. This spell restores our mana and brings us back to a point in time a few seconds back. This is sometimes useful, but it limits the speed of our build. Smite offers a solution to this. Using Smite first and pressing Volatile Reversal shortly after queues up a teleport to teleport us to enemies after using Volatile Reversal. This will transport us to the next pack with full mana and all other benefits of the spell. Now this further makes this build insanely fast, but this can sometimes result in us getting back to a time window without any mana. To solve this problem we are also utilizing Rife, and we don't even need to hit any enemies. We are also using Detonating Ground. This passive of the Forgestrike skill leaves behind a mine that explodes shortly after. The amount of damage caused by this is roughly equivalent to the initial hit. This basically doubles the damage we deal. Ring of Shields acts as a defensive wall that catches projectiles, making this build a pleasure to play. Capped resistances, high amounts of armor and debuffs like Chill and Frailty offer additional survivability, and we use Leech and potions to restore our health. But beware, overkill damage does not leech. If we hit an enemy for 5k, have 5% leech and an enemy has only 500 health, we will recover 25 life points, not 250. With the basic mechanics covered, let's take a more in-depth look into our skills. First up is Forgestrike. It's based on Detonating Ground, Spearforge and Beneath Solarum. Those three nodes define the playstyle of this build. Detonating Ground leaves behind a mine that doubles our damage for this skill. Spearforge offers a huge boost to crit multiplier, and Beneath Solarum takes away the Forgestrike cooldown. Other nodes that boost our damage immensely are Goliath Strike and Heavy Strike. As for Lava Burn, it only boosts the damage of Detonating Ground, but it is still worth it to pick up. Next up is Smite. This skill is based around Descent, which converts it to a movement ability. The long cooldown of 6 seconds might seem like a bad deal, but 8.3 introduced a cooldown recovery mechanic on our movement skills in the Sentinel tree. This makes it a much better option than before. The additional attack speed and added damage provided by the skill also boost our damage immensely. We finish up the skill with a 6 feet undernode, which enables us to kill enemies hit by fissures that spawn after we use the skill. Volatile Reversal is the next essential skill. We want Time Sap, Time Lost Vitality, Warp Time and Catching Up maxed out as soon as possible. This will provide us with a massive boost to our movement speed and attack speed, and we will have the skill up all the time. Next up we want to pick up the Void Drift nodes and combine it with the Harbinger of Dust. This will debuff enemies with a 10% increased damage taken mod, acting as a massive multiplier to our damage. With additional skill levels we can boost this to 30%. Rife only acts as a support and main recovery tool with a bit of additional damage. We want to grab Double Slash to skip the third strike, because we only boost the attack speed of the first and second hit. We finish up this ability with Adrenaline, granting us a bit of crit chance. The last ability is Ring of Shields. Enduring Defense enables 100% uptime on this skill. We also want to max out Banding and Reinforcement as soon as possible. The next point is going to Touched by Fire, giving us a bit more damage every time we use this skill. Our last point is going to Healing Shield, giving us a bit of health recovery. Picking up the Forge Guard class gives us 35% physical and fire resistance, as well as 3% armor every time we are hit. The passives are straightforward, so I decided to provide you with 4 talent planners, featuring one from level 1 to 25, one from 25 to 50, one from 50 to 75 and the last one from 75 to 100. You can find those down in the description box. Your weapon of choice needs to have increased base crit chance. This is extremely important for this build, so you either need an implicit featuring this or a prefix, your choice. Good weapon types to aim for are spears and two-handed swords. Lucrines are also a viable endgame weapon, but they are not the best choice because of the low base attack speed. We want to have high attack speed to deplete our mana pool as fast as possible and regenerate this mana pool with Rife. Now, if you have an implicit base crit chance, aim for flat physical damage and attack speed. If you don't have one, grab the base crit chance and attack speed. As far as suffixes go, you should pick up Chill and Frailty chance to debuff your foes. Chill decreases their action time by 6% per stack, stacking up to 3 times. And Frailty does the same for the damage dealt. An offensive option is Armor Shred, so grab as much as possible. As far as armor goes, pick whatever endgame base you can get your fingers on. I will include all worth considering in the build loot filter. Personally, I am using a very bad base for my chest with great rolls and have no trouble with empowered monoliths, so you should be fine with whatever you can pick up. Now, as far as stats go, try grabbing 100% crit avoidance to prevent random one-shots and cap your resistances. Increased and hybrid health followed by flat health offer the best increase to your health pool, and vitality is also a great boost to your defenses with 10 health points per point. As far as damage goes, grab crit chance wherever you can until you are capped on Forgestrike. Physical penetration on your amulet is one of the best ways to boost your damage, so prioritize this mod. Look for attack speed, crit multiplier and increased physical damage on every other slot. Grab a headpiece with cooldown recovery and mana gained on hit with Rife, and your chest should have plus levels to Forgestrike. Depending on your weapon, you can also go with melee physical damage if you wield a blunt weapon or a sword. As far as idols go, you should focus on those that provide you with crit chance, health and increased health. Finishing up your resistances early on is also a great option. Class specific idols can offer you a chance to apply armor shred stacks on hit, so pick up those whenever you can. Glyph and rune drop rate increases are always a great choice. Blessings that boost the drop rate of helmets and chests as well as relics are also a good pick. Physical shred, increased crit chance and crit multiplier are also great options to boost your damage. Picking up increased physical damage is also an option, but is nearly always worse than anything else because of the low percentage you can get. Resistances and crit avoidance will in turn bolster your defenses by a considerable amount and free up suffixes on your gear for more health affixes. And the last topic is the loot filter. In the description down below you will find a link to the forums. You can import the filter by navigating to the import filter option. Drag the downloaded file into this folder. The filter should show up in the drop down menu afterwards. I will update the filter when 0.8.4 drops. Now some final thoughts. This build offers a very fast and fun playstyle. Itemization is a breeze and the payoff when you do get better gear is really great. Empowered monoliths and bosses are no problem, but you might struggle in arenas. Thoughts on dungeons, the cache and further updates can be found in the comments whenever it drops or in a video update format. Leave a comment if you have any questions or you can just ask me on Twitch. If you like this type of content, make sure to subscribe and follow me on Twitch. Anyway, that's all I have for you for now. See you next time and bye.